Hey everyone! So today, we're not just looking at another trend, we're actually deconstructing a massive economic transformation. We're going to open up the dynamic blueprint for the circular economy, and we'll explore it chapter by chapter to see how it's being built literally right now. For years, the circular economy kind of felt like this niche, nice to have idea. But as this quote from the World Economic Forum makes crystal clear, those days are long gone. It's not an option anymore. It's a strategic imperative. And this isn't just about getting better at recycling. It's about a fundamental rethinking of how we make, use, and value pretty much everything. So that brings us to the big question, right? It's one thing to talk about a circular economy in the abstract, but what does the instruction manual for it actually look like? What are the core components, the real plans, and the tools we need to build it? Well, in this explainer, we're going to deconstruct that exact blueprint piece by piece. And here's our roadmap for this journey. Think of it as our table of contents. We'll kick things off with the tech that's powering this whole transition. Then we'll look at the strategies putting it all into action, the human skills that are required, how we even measure success in this new model, and finally, we'll explore the ultimate goal, which goes way beyond just closing the loop. Okay, let's dive right into Chapter 1, the digital engine. Look, every modern blueprint starts with its core technology, right? The engine that makes everything else possible. And for the circular economy, that engine is 100% digital. At the absolute heart of this engine is something called the Digital Product Passport, or DPP. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital birth certificate and a living resume for every single product out there. It tracks what it's made of, where it's been, and exactly how it can be repaired, reused, or recycled. This basically makes waste a problem of the past. It's a game changer. Now, what's really cool here is how all these technologies work together. You've got IoT sensors on products gathering data in real time. Then, AI, as part of what some are calling the Internet of Waste, analyzes all that data to perfectly optimize sorting and recycling. And finally, blockchain comes in as this secure, unchangeable notary, verifying everything. It creates a seamless and, most importantly, a trustworthy data ecosystem. And hey, it's not just about data. This digital engine is powering a whole new toolkit of physical technologies. We're talking about advanced chemical recycling that can turn complex plastics back into pure, high-quality raw materials. We're talking digital design tools that plan for a product's disassembly from day one, and even smart packaging that literally knows when it needs to be returned and reused. So with a digital engine this powerful, the next obvious question is, how do we steer it in the right direction? And that brings us to Chapter 2, moving from a grand plan to actual execution. A huge part of the steering is coming from the top down. Just look at the European Union's roadmap. They're not just suggesting change, they're creating unstoppable momentum with laws, deadlines, and really ambitious targets, like doubling their circularity rate by 2030. This sets a super clear direction for entire industries. But the pressure isn't just coming from governments. Nope. It's coming from us. A whopping 76% of consumers now prefer to buy sustainable products. This is a massive market-driven force that is pushing companies to adapt or seriously risk being left behind. And here's a brilliant illustration of how companies are responding. They're building new strategies around 3 core pillars. They're rethinking what they sell, they're redesigning how they make it so it lasts longer, and they're rebuilding their supply chains to be totally transparent and circular from the get-go. Okay, so here's the crucial point. You can have the absolute best technology and the smartest strategies in the world, but they mean nothing without the people who can actually execute the plan. And this brings us to the human element of the blueprint. 39%. Just let that sink in. According to the International Labor Organization, that's the percentage of a worker's core skills that are predicted to change by 2030, all because of these green and digital shifts. This isn't just some small adjustment, it is a fundamental transformation of the workforce. So, what are these new skills? Well, they range from big picture stuff like systems thinking, all the way to the very hands-on ability to repair and remanufacture products. It's about understanding circular design, collaborating in totally new ways across industries, and, of course, mastering the digital tools that manage all these new material flows. This is truly a people transformation as much as a technological one. Now, it's pretty clear that if you're going to fundamentally change the entire economic system, you also have to change how you measure success. So welcome to Chapter 4, Measuring the New Value. For decades, success was all about units sold, but in a circular world, that's a totally outdated metric. The new goal isn't selling more and more things, it's about maximizing the value of the things that already exist. So we have to shift our focus to key performance indicators, or KPIs, like value retention and product lifetime extension. It's a completely different way of thinking. And this slide gives us a little peek into the new dashboard for businesses. And you see, this is where it all starts to connect back. Remember that digital product passport from Chapter 1? That's the tool that feeds these dashboards. It's what makes it possible to track something like a material circularity indicator or a closed-loop supply ratio with real, verifiable data. It makes all this progress tangible and makes everyone accountable. All right, we've built the engine, we've drawn up the plans, we've started training the people, and we've created the metrics. This brings us to our final chapter, where we see how it all comes together to answer the ultimate question. What is the purpose of this entire system? The ultimate goal here is regeneration. This is really the next frontier. It takes the idea of circularity beyond just eliminating waste and pushes it toward actively restoring and improving the natural world. I love how this definition puts it. It's not just about doing less harm. It's about actively doing more good. And this isn't just some vague, fuzzy ideal. Frameworks like this one provide a real roadmap for companies to become truly regenerative forces. It requires them to embed this purpose into their core mission, align their entire organization around it, and design for a positive impact on both the planet and its people. So, there you have it. The blueprint for the circular economy isn't some distant dream anymore. It's drawn, it's detailed, and the tools are literally in our hands. The digital engine is running, the roadmaps are laid out, and the ultimate goal is crystal clear. The only question that's left is the one right here on the screen. Are we ready to build?